Ciao everyone, I'm Rossella from Cooking with Nonna, and today I'm going to be bringing you one of the most basic Italian recipes. This is a very simple pasta pomodoro, just a pasta with a tomato basil sauce, and this is my go-to recipe for when I don't know what the heck to make, when I don't know what I really want to eat. This is the easiest thing to throw together. I honestly think that people could make this recipe even in the middle of like a natural disaster because you have all of these ingredients probably in your cupboards right now. Go look, you probably have everything I'm going to use today. And it's going to be really, really easy and quick. I'm going to be using some fusilli, and fun fact, this is Rossella's favorite pasta to use. I love fusilli because I think that they hold sauce really, really well, and I love the texture. And I like to eat them with almost anything. So we're going to use fusilli today. And then we're going to go in with some canned crushed tomatoes, some extra virgin olive oil, garlic, basil, a little bit of salt, and some pecorino cheese to tie it all together at the end. And this is a really quick sauce that you can make while the pasta cooks in the water. So the first thing we're going to do is drop our pasta into salted boiling water and give it a quick stir. There we go. And next we're going to come right over here to our saute pan. Don't make the flame too high. I'm going to get our extra virgin olive oil in here. And for exact measurements and the full recipe, just head over to cookingwithnonna.com, and we'll have everything listed there for you. And I'm going to wait for our olive oil to get hot. You definitely don't want to do too much olive oil. My basic rule is a thin coat all over the bottom of the pan. That's all you're aiming for. You don't want a sauce that's swimming in oil. And when you're going to saute garlic, it's important to get it to a nice heat level, your olive oil. You don't want it to smoke or anything, but you want it nice and hot so you get a nice sizzle on your garlic. So I have some garlic. I love garlic. This is totally up to you. Some people don't like garlic whatsoever. I just sliced some garlic. Maybe it's a little heavy on the garlic, but I like the garlic. If you don't like garlic, leave the garlic whole and just saute it like that, and then you can actually pull it out right before you add your tomatoes because you just really want to infuse the olive oil with some garlic flavor, and a lot of people don't necessarily want to like eat big chunks of garlic. I do though. So I'm going to get our garlic in here. And we're going to wait for a nice golden color. Okay. So our garlic is nice and beautifully golden, and it smells really, really wonderful. Right now we're going to go in with our tomatoes, and these, again, are just canned crushed tomatoes. Stir, stir, stir. You're going to get a nice sizzle. And I use the canned crush, but if you are whole plum peel tomatoes kind of people, then you just put them in a bowl, crush them up with your hands, same thing. If you want to use a passata or a tomato puree, go right ahead. This is amazing. And this will be ready by the time our pasta is finished cooking. So right now I'm going to go in with a little bit of salt. Again, I get a lot of flack because I kind of like things on the saltier side. And this is for me. So I'm making it the way I like. Salt it a little bit. And you want to make sure your heat is high enough for the first few minutes, I want to say. You want to give it a nice boil at first, and then we're going to lower the flame and let it simmer. This looks really, really nice. And so once it starts to boil like this, I'm going to add a couple leaves of fresh basil. Now, I get a lot of questions about basic tomato sauces. It's something that people get a little intimidated by. And I don't really understand because when I was growing up, my mom always made a sauce that Baresi made called San Giovanni that was just olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, and parsley at the end. It had to be parsley. If it's not parsley, it's not San Giovanni. So that's why I can't call this San Giovanni. And you don't put cheese on San Giovanni, and I'm going to put cheese in this because I like it. But I grew up making very basic tomato sauces, and I saw how easy it really is. So, don't be afraid of things like this. These are the easy peasy things. These are very basic recipes that I think everybody should have in their arsenal. Okay. So see how that's boiling really nice? We're ready to add our basil. Oops. I almost threw it off the set. So you want to just break the basil. No need to chop it really fine. Breaking it will release the flavor, the essence of the basil. And now we want to reduce it to a nice little simmer. And everyone who's going to be watching this is going to be like, well, your sauce is going to be ready in 10 minutes. And exactly. So let me explain that. These tomatoes have actually been cooked already. If you're using canned tomatoes, your tomatoes are fully cooked. They're not raw. Your sauce isn't going to be raw. And if you're using canned tomatoes, they're actually picked at the height of freshness, so they're very good quality tomatoes, and they don't need a lot of time cooking. In Italy, most of their sauces aren't cooked for hours and hours and hours. You want to taste the tomato flavor, so you're really missing the point by doing that. So I'm just going to cook this sauce for a few more minutes, just until our pasta is perfectly al dente, and it will be done. And you're going to taste the really beautiful, fresh, robust flavor of a pure tomato at the height of its freshness, and that's the best thing ever. So I'm going to give my sauce a little bit of a taste just for salt. Really nice. Then we're going to put the cheese at the end. And as soon as our pasta is done, we're going to add it to the pan and finish it in the pan and then melt the cheese. And it's going to be amazing. All right, so let me taste one of my fusilli to see if they're cooked. Yep, they're ready. I like to cook pasta a step below al dente, and I actually call it al pacco, which means from the pack. And I like that last minute or so to happen in the pan, just so you get a really nice, perfect al dente taste. Because if it's al dente coming out of the water and you finish it in the pan, it's going to be not exactly al dente. So I like to make sure I'm a little bit of an al dente freak. And the pasta water that's still on the pasta is actually going to help give our sauce some beautiful body and texture. Okay, one more scoop. And I'm going to start working that pasta into the sauce beautifully. This looks so good. I cannot wait to taste this. And this is my favorite when I've had a really long day and I don't really feel like doing something totally elaborate. Or I've made this on Sundays, and when I had roommates and I would cook for everybody, this pasta and a couple of chicken cutlets was like a feast. And I don't think anybody's above a beautiful tomato and basil pasta any day of the week. Okay, that looks gorgeous. So I see some naked pasta. So you just want to make sure all your pasta is nicely coated. So now I'm going to turn off the heat completely, and I'm going to take my microplane, and this is literally one of my favorite things in existence. And I'm going to grab my pecorino romano. You can use parmigiano. I love the salty pecorino. And I'm going to grate this all over the top of the pasta. And then I'm going to let the residual heat of the pan melt it in for me. whole other world, whole other world. And then, you know, if you really feel like it, go for it. Put extra right on top when you serve it. Can you see this right now? Can you see this? Okay. Ah, amazing. And now I'm going to give that a quick little stir. Oh my God, this looks so good. Excellent. Okay, so now we're ready to eat. I'm going to bring this right over here. I'm going to get my beautiful serving bowl. And I'm just going to start scooping. Just going to scoop a little bit so the pan's not so heavy. I'm not that strong. People think I'm strong. I'm really not strong. Really, really nice. Okay. Gorgeous. Wow, that is a beautiful bowl of pasta. I'm just going to finish it. If you're serving this to people, just put a nice, simple couple basil leaves in here, and you are all done. Dinner is ready. Let's have a party. Perfect, simple, beautiful, fresh, everything I want in a pasta. I am so glad you guys learned how to make a fabulous pasta pomodoro. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.